everybody, this is Dear Mama Sal, and today is Saturday, big day. Hi everybody, this is Dear Mama Sal, and I'm on my way back to my house. For those of you who don't know, I'm in the process of moving between two houses, and I have 1 week left to go before the big move of the furniture. Today, I'm off to go and meet up with Dougie, for those of you who know Dougie, and he's going to help me clean out my garage in a way that makes it most practical for the movers to take stuff. What I realize is I've got an awful lot of stuff in the garage, but I want to get the nyaga. Let me try and think. Jody asked me, how do you spell that? I have no idea how it's spelled, but if you like the word and want to use it, I would suggest N-U-G, nug, apostrophe N, and then N-U-G-G-A. Nyag and nyaga. Nyag and nyaga. Oh, bumpy road. I have to be careful of the bumpy road because sometimes the phone drops on this bumpy road. So anyway, I'm off to go and do that, and what I want to do is just literally stand with him and say, let's put all the stuff that has to go to the garbage up high. Or that we move everything that has to be moved forward and all the junk to the back. I'm not quite sure which. Maybe I'll get his input on that one. Because when the movers come, I need a demarcation line that says everything from this point forward goes into the truck to be moved. Now, before I get on to today's problem, let me explain what happened to me yesterday. It was a really weird thing. I got up, I was feeling fine, I did the broadcast, and when I finished the broadcast, for some reason, the wheels came off. And I really don't know what caused it, but the next thing was I was eating ginger cookies until I finished the bag. I was feeling sorry for myself. All sorts of really interesting emotional stuff went on. And so what I did was I realized I must be at some level totally overwhelmed, and that's why I canceled the broadcast. And now, when I look back on it, it was a very good thing for me to do, because I just took it easy for the rest of the day, knowing that today is going to be very busy for me. And that it is stressful, and it has been stressful, even though I've done everything I can to sort of keep the stress level down and do things one step at a time. It is still stressful. And it would be even more stressful if I tried to do this all in one day. I do know that. I know that I am so happy that in my other house, my kitchen is completely set up, my fridge is functioning, well, overflowing, but functioning, that my laundry is all working, that the bathrooms are all stocked. And so when this time next week, we do the big move stuff, when they walk out of the door, I will have a lot of work to do, but the rest of my life in which to do it. That's how I'm trying to look at it. And what I'm also seriously thinking about is I have lived a month sleeping on the futon in the I don't know how to call that little area, the TV area, let's call it that, in the TV area, and I have been very comfortable, and I may just continue to sleep there, and and put boxes in the 2 bedrooms until I've got the worst of them sorted and put away. And then when they are cleared, then I will move into the bedroom. That way I can, my goal is to try and keep my living room, dining room, kitchen clear of boxes if I can. And then, just as all of you know, I like to do things one step at a time. And then just every day I take 1 box from the bedroom and unpack it. Take 1 box from the craft room and unpack it if I can. And 1 box from the last minute kitchen stuff and unpack it, and just literally keep doing that until it's all done. I know for a fact that the squeeze is going to be the stuff in the garage. I've got an awful lot of boxes, and the shed is big, but not as big as my double garage. I'm not my double, I've got a single garage, but it is that much smaller. But what I'm thinking about, the way it is smaller is, in fact, it is not necessarily shorter, it is just tighter. And that means that just not as many boxes will fit in. And that is okay. And if necessary, I am going to store boxes on my deck. And if they get, I will just be pretty selective as to what they are. I will leave, probably a lot of craft things on the deck, materials and stuff like that I don't think anybody's necessarily going to want to steal. Of course, the clever thing is to leave all the junk boxes, stuff where I know that I haven't bothered to sort it out. Please take them, so I don't have to sort them. So it was a real meltdown yesterday, is the point that I'm trying to make. And I really thank Jody and Lauren, who were great support for me yesterday, and just told me, if I have to eat a bag of cookies every day to keep sane now, they would totally understand. I realize, because I'm busy now these days, I watch these things happen and I look at them differently. And I tried to get beneath what was happening, because we know the eating of the cookies was the result, it wasn't the cause. The cause was at a deeper level. I'm in a little bit of panic about being ready enough, and I'm not anywhere near. And so then I realized, when I really thought about it, that means that I have some fear of being judged by the movers, that I'm not organized enough, which would be true. And when you really sit down and look at it all, it's totally understandable why I was having a little panic attack. Because I was having a little panic. And that's okay. So I've taken some antihistamine today, because I know we're going to be in the garage and it's going to be dusty. And actually what I'm going to do is, I know that in my spare bathroom, if I haven't packed up that bit yet, I have got face masks, and I might give it to the boys so that they can not have all that dust. That would be a good idea. And of course it'll be the one thing I have now packed, right? Now today I need to remember to look at my list, because one of the things I definitely want with me is my passport. And what I'm thinking is, I need to maybe grab hold of my passport first and put it in my breast pocket, so to speak, and keep it there. so I know I've got it with me. And the reason I need it with me is because when I sign all the documents soon, I'm going to need to have that as ID. So, a lot of work today, and I need to keep myself under control. Not only that, I need to make sure that I make it easy for the boys. And that will mean that we have a quick executive meeting. I tell them what needs to be done, and I walk away and let them do it. So difficult for me. Well, everybody, there's Dougie, and I'm shaking. There he is.
Hello.
And this is my new son, James.
Hey.
Hey, Jumbo. Look what they're doing in my garage. Just amazing. This is why I knew I had to wait for Doug, because I could not do what they are doing. They're just better at it.
Looks good.
I knew that was the way to go.
All right.
Awesome. Really awesome, guys. Yikes. This is working so hard. Well, guess what I found in the freezer that I'd forgotten about. Yay! Well, all that stuff that was on this wall has gone. I've got most of it off that wall. And now I just need to box this lot up. And that's, again, not as bad as it looks, because most of it already is in boxes of some sort. So I'm happy with that. This is all stuff I did today. I did all of that. Dismantled that, and that, and that, and that. Yaga, and dismantled that. That. And those two. So I did pretty well. Well, I'm just doing a bit of dark video here because I just need to tell you that it's 7,000 steps, resting heart rate of 85, and the garage is done. There's some stuff there that is a mess that I'm just going to move it because I may never unpack it. So Doug and my newly adopted son, he adopted me, James, did an awesome job. I am so grateful. And now I can go home and unpack this lot out of my car and then unpack it out of the boxes tomorrow. That's what I want to do. Taking tomorrow, I'm not going to pack any more tomorrow because I know I'm going to be sore. I've done a lot today. I got half the studio done today, or half of what was left in the studio packed up, as you will see. So, done. Like dinner. That sounds good. Bye for now.